pay-per-views, meaning that like the loser will not have to face a punishment like Tom did last week. If you go back and watch / listen, where he had to acknowledge me as the table chief, the head of the Spanish announce table, which I am. But this, we just like to have a little fun and see what what we think is going to happen. So let me read from WWE.com. Right, this is right now, the March 18th. Some things may change. Obviously, Smackdown will happen between now and then, but we can only do with what we know. We've got. I'm going to read it from their list here. Randy Orton versus Alexa Bliss. Is this actually happening? What's going on?
My gut feeling says this is going to be some type of cinematic experience. I don't know. We're going to get a Randy Orton walks to the ring, Alexa Bliss walks to the ring.
Not a lot of arm drags, huh?
Right. They're not locking up and seeing what we're doing here. They're not going to do a test of strength. I don't think that's what's going to happen.
I got to see an Alexa Bliss Randy Orton test of strength now that you said.
Yeah, that would be great.
If I don't see that by the time time I die,
what are we doing here?
Loss. It'll be a loss.
I wouldn't be shocked if it's Randy Orton on his way to the ring, sees some of the puppets from the Firefly Funhouse. Alexa Bliss blindsides him. We get into the fun. I don't even know if this is actually going to be a match. I would not be shocked if we don't even get a ref or get to the ring. We get all the fun stuff that happens on some location.
Like, this happened en route to the match. This doesn't even go
off
because Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, so... yeah, I think if we're going to bet the conclusion, I think the conclusion is, oh my God, the devil himself is back. It is Bray Wyatt.
So here's what happens. If this is some sort of actual contest, Alexa Bliss will win because the Fiend came back, / Randy Orton wins by DQ because the Fiend came back. Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus, and this is all en route to Drew McIntyre being the main event, taking on Bob's. But what if Sheamus were to win? Can't Sheamus be like, I get to say, which leads me to believe Sheamus ain't winning. So here we go. Drew McIntyre wins.
This is where you start to look at Fastlane and you realize, and I believe I've said this before on the podcast, that Fastlane is the appendix of WWE Pay Per Views because this isn't needed. At one time it served a purpose, but now no one knows what it is. We just still have it around. We need to take it out of the schedule of WWE pay-per-views. For this reason, on Raw, like you said, they announced at WrestleMania, Bob Lashley, Drew McIntyre, WWE Championship. Awesome. I'm actually into that. I'm looking forward to that match. But if we're going to do that, why not make this match a number one contenders match and then we don't know what's going to happen?
Yeah, but I'm also just like, we've seen this match the last 2 weeks running before this, and the first one we praised to all get out. They're not going to top that. Like, I don't feel like they're going to, I mean, maybe they will. I don't want to, immediately discredit them, but I don't envision them doing something so much more wild that like, I'm like, okay, I saw this already.
I agree. And I think we're not going to get a better match than that first one because there's no stakes. I believe if you said this has a number one contenders match stipulation to it, and even make Bobby Lashley the special guest referee, right? Like that would be even more intrigue. And you just shot yourself in the foot and you said, no, Drew's going to go to WrestleMania. This is still going to happen, but we'll see what happens, down the road. But bye-bye. Keep going. Stupid. I could see, honestly, Sheamus winning by Bobby Lashley interfering, putting Drew McIntyre in the full Nelson or something like that, and then Sheamus gets the victory. But still, it's not going to be any consequence.
So, yeah, Sheamus somehow gets the win, right, because Bobby Lashley interferes, but then Sheamus keeps fucking around for, like, the next couple weeks between here and there and be like, why is he getting the match, fella? I should be getting the match, right? Like, and he keeps sticking his nose in the business, but I don't want to see him in like some triple threat or anything, so I don't know where that story would ultimately lead. But
yeah, I don't know, but yeah,
other than why you disrespected Sheamus angle for him, but
again, this is where the difference for me personally, why I prefer AEW over WWE is I get AEW sometimes has a bomb that doesn't go off. But at least their stories are making sense over there. And here we're just going last second decisions. Fuck it, let's just do it and we'll figure it out later. And that's what this feels like.
Yeah. All right, we got an Intercontinental Championship match. Big E versus the totally not racist gimmick of Apollo Crews.
Yeah, this one's actually difficult. You think so, Big E?
I think so. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could see what you're saying. They strapped this new Apollo Crews character because it's
the new toy, right? It's the new shiny toy in WWE. So
let's Intercontinental title isn't something they make sure is.
And the Intercontinental title would look great on an international talent like the Nigerian Apollo Crews, apparently. And so wouldn't be shocked. And then you get Big E's moment in front of a crowd at WrestleMania. You do the rematch at WrestleMania. I talked myself into it. I'm going Apollo Crews so that we get the surprise great moment for Big E.
Yeah, you're wrong. All right, the WWE Tag Team Championship: Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax versus Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. And I'm a little worried this might actually go Banks and Belair, but probably not. The traditional thing here is get them fighting big time, and then that leads us into them no longer being played nice. Now they're actually enemies for the next couple of weeks, this is the WWE method. But
death, taxes, and the champion and number one contender have to go for the tag team championships right before WrestleMania. I feel like we've been doing this for as long as there's been, black and white televisions. I think this is just going to be Sasha gets tired of Bianca holding her down, maybe super kicks her in the face. Bianca takes the pinfall loss. Now Bianca's pissed at Sasha, and we go to WrestleMania with a clear heel and a clear baby face. I don't know. Another story. If I just tell you Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair, isn't that going to be fun? You would say, yep. And then they go, great, we're going to fuck that up. They tell us this story. It's just not good, man.
Yeah, I don't like it. The Universal Championship on the lines. Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan. Roman Reigns wins. They're going to have Roman Reigns as the champ.
So what we don't know yet, because again, we record on a Thursday night, is tomorrow night on SmackDown, we're going to get Jey Uso versus Edge. Whoever wins that becomes a special enforcer for the Roman Reigns Daniel Bryan match. I think this is where Edge gets the victory on SmackDown. Edge is the special enforcer. I feel Daniel Bryan might get really close to winning. And Edge says, you asshole, I wanted to fight Roman Reigns, not you. And then gets a spear on Daniel Bryan. Roman Reigns gets the victory, kind of looks at Edge, is like, okay, man, see you in 3 weeks. And then Edge looks down at Daniel Bryan, and somehow through Adam Pearce announcing that he's in the match or something, Daniel Bryan gets him put. Yeah, Daniel Bryan gets in there, and then we get triple threat.
I could see this triple threat that you're saying, but you're right. I don't think it's because Daniel Bryan wins the title and then it's Roman Reigns gets a rematch, but Edge is still the number one contender, so we've got to do the three-way, which is a believable story, but I don't think they're going to have Roman Reigns on the chase here as the head of the table, the table, tribal chief, excuse me. I'm the table chief.
You're the table chief, yes.
So I think you're right. I like that booking almost better, where Daniel Bryan's going to win. He pulled it out of his ass. He's going to win, and Edge doesn't hit that third
count.
Looks at him, and then Jey Uso comes in and bop, and then roll up lays Roman Reigns on top. They're standing around like, why is Edge helping? Edge counts that 3 and then goes, it's not you, man, it's me. Like you've been jealous of me coming back because you can't do what I did when you came back, and this was my moment, and you keep trying to sneak in on it because you think you deserve it. Newsflash, I deserve it because I won the Royal Rumble, not you, right? And then they're fighting, they're brawling, and that's where, it could even be a match, and then Edge does something sneaky there, right, where Edge is kind of this tweener, right, and he gives him the Kansas City cunt punt, and Adam Pearce like, I've had enough of this, all 3 of you, all 3 of you, match, Mania, why not? And there we go.
It feels weird, though, on the road to WrestleMania, your most intriguing character, Roman Reigns, is taking a back seat to this now friction between Edge and Daniel Bryan. I find that interesting. What were you going to say? I'm sorry.
Well, no, I mean, unless you have any more thoughts on this match, this match isn't on here, but they announced it on Raw, so I don't know why it's not on their website here. WWE, we were shitting on AEW not updating their website, but the Raw Tag Team Championships will be on the line. Or is it SmackDown? I'm thinking of. Or it's Raw. It's AJ Styles.
Oh yeah,
Almost, and the New Day.
No, that's at WrestleMania.
Oh, that's Mania. Okay,
that's
right.
Mania.
Okay,
yeah.
Mania. Yeah.
But again,
we'll talk about it in Tweet the Table, so we don't even have to talk about that. We'll talk
but
about
again,
the tables.
That proves the point of why the fuck are we doing Fastlane when we're just announcing matches for WrestleMania?
Yeah, I was like, okay, we got a tag match. Yeah, I was thinking pay per view. You just said it.
Yeah,
you fucking me. Yeah, all right. So yeah, more on that match later. But yeah, Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan, Edge Mania. I mean, I guess fine.
Can you explain to me? Because I still don't understand the logic of why Edge has an issue with Daniel Bryan. I don't understand what his beef is with Daniel Bryan. I understand Daniel Bryan's perspective of, hey, this could be my last WrestleMania. I don't have too many years in me. I need this last shot.
I would say it's that. Like it's the same thing that would lead to Edge, not giving Daniel Bryan the win here. It's like, no, man, this was my time. This was my spot. You say you deserve a Mania spot. You don't. And you know why? You don't deserve this spot because I won the fucking Royal Rumble. Well, I came back out of nowhere. You're stealing my spotlight, trying to shove me out of the way. Guess what? You're old news. They liked you then. They don't now. It's me, right? Like just that.
And I get that if Edge's spot wasn't confirmed. Like the champion doesn't matter. Edge is still facing the champion. It could be fucking, Repo Man if you fucking want it to be. It's still Edge taking on the champion. Right? Like, why not? Let's have some fun. But I don't understand why Edge is so against. Now, we've already done this storyline before. You could possibly say Edge thinks that his drawing power against Roman Reigns will have more eyes than his drawing power against Daniel Bryan. But then we're flirting with the B+ player kind of story for Daniel Bryan. But I just still don't get the logic of why Edge, who has his spot guaranteed, is pissed off that Daniel Bryan, like, I want to face you. Like, okay, then I'll fucking fight you too. Like, that's how he should be thinking, I would think. But I don't know. And again, like I asked you earlier, Roman Reigns just hanging out. Going to the movies. Here's my belt. Jey Uso, where's your brother? Get him in line too. Like what in the hell are we doing?
Yeah, what are we doing? That's Fastlane. I mean, the appendix of WWE Pay Per Views. So that's all we can say about it, I guess. We'll just move on, huh? Because this is your chance